As promised, for this video, I will be doing a random facts video. It will be just regarding various facts that I have learned throughout my life, or things that I just remember and suddenly want to share on my channel. So let me go ahead and get started with that. The first random bit of facts is regarding the moon, the Earth's moon. So a lot of people will ask, well, why doesn't our moon have a name? Every other planet has moons and they have names. Well, actually, our moon does have a name. And I remember when I was little reading about various planets and star systems and all about the solar system and the universe and the Earth and our moon and various things of that nature. And I remember reading about the name of it and its history. There was a recent YouTube video posted probably within the past year with Neil deGrasse Tyson, who also talked about that as well. And this guy's 9-year-old child, I believe, asked, why doesn't our moon have a name? And it actually does. The name of the moon is Luna. Our moon's name is Luna. Like other planets have moon names, like Jupiter's moons, like Europa, and various other planets, which Europa recently has been discovered to have had ice. And there's a lot of an icy terrain on Europa. And the colors suggest that the gases in the ice could actually have particles in there which might sustain microbial life. So they'll have to look into that sometime. But if you look at the name and the history of our moon, its name is Luna. And just as other celestial heavenly bodies get their names, the moon's name came from an ancient deity. And Luna was an ancient Greek god, and they a lot of times named the celestial heavenly bodies after various gods and goddesses. Ancient Greek and Roman times, they named them after various deities. And the moon got its name Luna. A lot of people call the Earth Gaia. Mother Earth is known as Gaia. A lot of the ancients would talk about the Father God and the Mother Earth, and we are in the womb of the Mother. But back to the moon topic, the word Luna is actually the root word of various other words, like lunacy. And the word lunacy, or lunatic, like crazy, those words derived from Luna, and the ancient god or goddess of the moon. So the moon, or a full moon, has often been associated with or attributed to sort of insane actions, or sort of people going crazy or doing strange things. And it was believed, not just in ancient times, but even recently, it was believed that the moon does affect the human psychology. So humans can be psychologically affected by the moon. So that's where the word lunacy or lunatic came from, was Luna. Another thing is the moon affects our tidal waves. They affect the ocean. They affect the gravitational pull and reaction between the moon and the Earth. It affects our ocean's tides. The moon is the main effect, as illustrated here, the moon's gravitational pull and its reaction with the Earth affects the tides. So it causes high tide on one side and high tide on the other, while low tides on the other sides. So the moon has a direct effect on high and low tides. There is another very widely adapted superstition that not only myself but my family also follow, and those particular beliefs, I'm going to share two of them now. One of them is do not open an umbrella indoors. So their reasoning for that is, I believe it dates back to the ancient Egyptian days. Now, long ago, the devices that they had that were similar to umbrellas, they found it to be disrespectful to Ra, the sun god, to open up an umbrella in their temples or in the buildings. So it was widely adapted later that you just don't open an umbrella indoors. It's just disrespectful. But also, it's just kind of common knowledge, really, because it's dangerous, and it's just common sense because it could hit someone in the eye, and you just don't need it inside. So, more detailed information on this was exactly what I was stating. Ancient Egypt and Rome. They were primarily used for sun protection, so opening one indoors was seen as disrespectful to the sun god, Ra, and it could invite misfortune. It was also in Victorian England. Early modern umbrellas were largely and wide, unwieldy with metal spokes, and they were large and unwieldy with metal spokes, and the spring mechanisms opening them indoors could easily cause accidents, like knocking things over or poking people, so it was more of a common sense issue and more of a good manners issue. Another thing that people don't believe in doing is when you're saying a prayer or you're eating a meal, that you don't wear a hat or a cap. That was also seen as a sign of disrespect. There was another one that is also common that is known as crossing under a ladder. Walking under a ladder is a common superstition associated with bad luck. And once again, these origins are rooted in ancient Egypt, about beliefs in spirits and the potential for accidents when someone is working on the ladder. Now, in some ways, that's another common sense one. If you cross under a ladder, especially a construction ladder like that, it could fall, and then that's also associated with the stepping on a crack or black cats passing certain directions. My granny used to do an X, or it's sort of like a hex thing, where when a black cat crosses a certain direction in your path, one way is a certain bad luck and the other way is good luck or something of that nature. But I have so many black cats that if that were the case, I would be, who knows, maybe that's not helping my situation at all. But that is a superstition as well, that black cats crossing in certain directions mean various types of luck. Another thing is the moon is actually known as a satellite, so it's Earth's only natural satellite. They call it a satellite because that's the name given to all orbiting objects around the planet. I'm going to get into another interesting group of facts that people do not even really give much time or thought, and that is how far away the closest star is said to be to the Earth. I believe it's around 4.5 million light years, or 4.5 light years, I mean, not million light years, 4.5 light years. Let me find out. Okay, so I was close. Proxima Centauri is the closest star to our sun. It is located about 4.24 light years away, meaning if a human were traveling at if we're traveling at the speed of light, it would take us 4.2 years to reach that star, which is the closest star to us. It's a red dwarf, significantly smaller and cooler than our sun. It's part of the Alpha Centauri star system, which also includes Alpha Centauri A and B. Excuse me. Let's take a drink. So there are also known to be at least 3 planets orbiting Proxima Centauri: B, C, and D. So the distance, and what's weird is when I was a little child, I made up the term parsec, and I did not know that that was an actual distance when I was so little. That's just something that Maybe it's because I've always been interested in that type of thing, that astronomy, space, physics, and astrophysics, science in general. And spirituality have fascinated me when I was little. It still does. But it is a red dwarf, and here's some various information on Proxima Centauri. It orbits within the habitable zone. Its habitability is uncertain due to the star's flaring activity. But an interesting thing I want you to just think about for one moment, that it is the closest star to us is 4.24 light years away. So how fast is the speed of light? Okay, so in a vacuum of space, the speed of light is 671 million miles per hour. 671 million miles per hour. So if we were going at 671 million miles per hour, it would take us 4.24 years just to reach that planet. Even though that's just a cosmic hop, skip, and a jump away, it would still take us that long to reach it. All of the things we see, but that is the closest one. And it would take us that long if we were traveling at that many millions of miles per hour. So that's just kind of a fascinating thought. So I was thinking it was more of, 299 million miles per second. So let's see. Light travels at a constant speed of 186,000 miles per second. See, that's what I thought. I was going by what it said on Google. But light itself travels at 186,000 miles per second. That's what I thought, because that's what I told other people. I said that light traveled at that speed. Okay, so I was going by when they said meters. Okay, so I was going by that's what I thought. See, that's exactly what I thought. See, I was going by a Google search, and I always thought that light was 186,000 miles per second. When I was saying that originally, I thought that sounded wrong, but I was going by information given by Google. Okay, so Google was going by meters when I said that. And when I asked Google about that, I was thinking that's not right. But I still put it on the channel, and I said that. So back in that video that I made on random facts years ago, when I said 186,000 miles per second, that was right. That's what I was thinking. So I should have gone with my gut. I was actually correct on that. Anyway, I was actually correct. 186,000 miles per second. I was correct on that. Google was the one that kind of confused me there. All right. That Einstein's, not the general theory of relativity, but the Einstein's equation E equals mc squared is energy equals mass times the speed of light, or constant, squared. So that's what that means. That is actually the breakdown of that actual equation. And you can see it right here. And there's another interesting fact, that it actually it's believed to rain diamonds, I believe, on Neptune and Pluto, or not Neptune, Neptune and Uranus. Let me find out here. Yes, it's believed that Uranus and Neptune are the planets where it rains diamonds. These ice giants have extreme temperatures and pressures that could crush carbon atoms into diamonds deep within their atmospheres. The diamonds would then sink toward the planet's core, causing a diamond rain effect. That's because of the high temperatures and high pressure, internal pressure, very, very high internal pressure. Extreme temperatures and pressure. So, alright, that's a few random facts I just thought I would share. I thought it'd be fun to do that and share some random facts in this video. And should have gone with my original memory on the speed of light, 186,000 miles an hour. I was thinking about kilometers or kilometers. But anyway, if you remember that random scene in Planet 51 with Dwayne Johnson and Justin Long and all those those actors that lent their voice for that movie, they had it rained rocks on that planet, and instead of raining diamonds, it rained rocks. But there are some bits of information out there that state that if we were to mine those particular planets and asteroids and moons, if we were to mine all of them and bring those materials here, it would make the ones on Earth worthless. So that would make people have no value if you were lucky enough to have a diamond or have any type of expensive rock. Alright, so that's just some random facts. Those are some random things I thought I would share. Some off the top of my head, and then some I decided to go ahead and search to verify that particular information. Alright, I decided to go ahead and share with everyone. A lot of stuff going on in our personal life. Things are pretty difficult. If you'd like to show support, you can on PayPal, Cash.app, or Venmo. This has been a Random Facts video. Thank you for watching or listening.